Now is the last presentation. Og ég fletta áfram.
Já, ég bara hér.
Okay. And that is Gerður Magnúsdóttir, leader of a new school in Kópavogur, Kársness Barnaskóli, and she also invite all of us to visit the school later this day, after the visit to Saga.
Yeah.
Please, Gerður.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I have different roles, and today I'm here speaking as the principal of the, I think, newest school in Iceland. It's built on an old site of a school from the 1950s, which was torn down because of mold in 2017. So Barnaskóli Kársness is a new school. We opened on 25th of August on an active building site. So we have been kind of opening all the time, and not all the rooms are in use. We have a difficult story behind us of building contracts and contractors and contracts that were broken, but that is another story for another time. The school is in Kópavogur, which is a municipality which is stuck to Reykjavík. We have around 350 to 400 pupils from the ages of 18 months to 10 years. We service a neighborhood of around 4,200 inhabitants. In the preschool, we have 4 rooms with 60 to 80 children, and the first 4 grades of the primary school are in the primary part. The school is quite a long building. We've talked a little bit here today about, the design of buildings. It's quite a long building with mostly 2 floors, but it's made out of 6 modules. The first 2 have classrooms for primary school children. The third has the after-school rooms, and on the lower floor, the rooms for arts and crafts. The 4th module is the heart of the school, with a big social room, the eating area, and the staff room is also in that area. And there is also the music room, which I will talk a little bit about later. The 5th module is the boring part, the admin area, and the 6th is the preschool. The preschool is just on the 2nd floor, so it's a 1 floor building. Each year group in the primary has 4 rooms, sometimes 5. We change groups around 2 to 3 times a year, so the children move between these rooms. 2 and 2 rooms can open between them to make a bigger room. All the classrooms have a toilet inside the area, so there are no toilets in the corridors. The preschool has 3 rooms. Each group has 3 rooms, 1 big and 2 smaller ones. For the younger children, we have the toilet area inside for the change and things like that, but otherwise they go out just opposite in the corridor for the toilet area. Arts and crafts are in group 4, in the module 4, and they have 4 rooms which are all situated in the same area, and on the upper floor there is the after-school activity area. So the after-school is situated in the center of the building, which is very common in Iceland to be somewhere, on the outskirts of the building. So this was drawn into the design from the beginning. So this is like a gym room for the preschool, and here we are situated in one of the rooms in the preschool. Here on the top, this is these two are typical rooms for a class, and this is from the music room. The main focus of this school is music. It's a singing school. So when and this has a long history. The choir in the area celebrated it 50 years just this spring, just a couple of weeks ago. So this is not only in this school, but also in the school that these children go to after they finish. So we call it the singing neighborhood or the singing schools. So in the process of building this school, there was a big focus on that. So we have a big music room, which is divided into a classroom with a sitting area and the choir area, which is because it's included in the timetables of all the students to be in the choir. So it's not an after-school activity, it's part of what you do. We also have 3 rooms besides this music room, which are for outside music teachers to come into the school during the school day and the after-school day to teach music. The after-school activities are in the middle of the school. So the children don't have to move. You know, they come in the morning, they take off their shoes and they hang up their clothes outside their classroom, and they never move anything after that. And what I find is that they lose less of their mittens and hats and, you know, their gym clothes, because, you know, it's only the one place where they leave it. So I find that a big change. On each floor in the primary school area, there is a workroom for the teachers, so it's 2 grades in each workroom. We also have on each floor a room for children with special needs or some need extra education or teaching help, or the new students that we get from other countries and need extra Icelandic. And we also have a special room for special education, so on each floor. This is also in the preschool area, so there's also a teacher's room there. We have a very big focus on that in the staff room, we don't work. It's supposed to be a work-free area, and because you've talked a little bit about this multifunctioning, you know, these rooms for teachers. This is a big focus for us, that when you go through the coffee room, that's only for talking about something else. So we have a strict policy about not speaking about students in the break room, just to mention that. The outdoors is still under construction, like quite a lot of other things in the school. But will be a fantastic learning environment also. And from all the rooms on the lower floor, we can open out to the outdoors. And there is both an enclosed area for the preschool children, but also areas which we all use together. What we find a little bit different, or what I find a little bit different when I came into this school, is that there is a community room on the top floor, which is not included in the square meters which is calculated for the school. So it's not calculated that, or we shouldn't be using it for students. It's not that we're banned to use it for students, but it's not part of the school area. So it's actually thought for the community that we live in. So when it's finished, we think about small meetings. We have the knitting group with the elderly, or, you know, parent groups. So it can be used more as a community room. What I find best about this school is the big focus that was on acoustics. And I hope that those of you that visit us afterwards feel that. Also, there was a big environmental focus. This is the first school building in Iceland which has the Nordic Swan recognition for environmental. So, this is part of our identity as well. And I think everybody that has worked in a school knows how important the acoustics are, both for grown-ups and children. There are, of course, challenges. The biggest challenges in a school are people. And I thought about it during the coffee break, that one of the challenges is, of course, teachers and other members of staff. And one of the things that we got with us is that because this school is built on an old foundation, we got a whole group of teachers coming in together as a group. They have worked together for quite a long time, and they have been through a very hard time. Their school was torn down. They moved to spaces that were not ideal for teaching. There has been a lot of mold, everywhere. So they have been through a lot. So I think part of our challenge is about using all these functions, about opening between the classrooms and opening out to the main spaces, is about teachers needing to kind of calm down and get their own space and just feel safe. So that will be our challenge, to open up and go out again. There's always a lot of fun running in corridors. And I'm grown up, and I sometimes walk very fast through these corridors also. So there are challenges about how we control the running through the corridors and movement between classrooms. This is something that we are working on. There is always this friction between the after school and the teachers and the school and the after school activities, because there is a different kind of part of the rules are not the same. There's always we are always working on noise control and the eating area, the open space. And then one of the challenges, which maybe nobody wants to hear about, are the things about the security and the technology. There is so much technology in this fantastic new school that nobody knows how it works. So there can be challenges about why doesn't why don't the what's it called, curtains work, or which lights work, and all these things. And there is another thing also, because we are, of course, as most countries, working on how do we control who comes into the house, who gets to go where. So everybody has this card to open all these doors, and it's kind of a hindrance between easy access. But just to say it, schools are primarily the people that work there, not the buildings. And the community that we make around us. That's why we have to build schools that function for the school community in a whole, including the neighborhood that we live in. With people staying at home and not meeting as much as they used in the past, schools have to bring people together. That's why we have a part of our thought for the future is all the birthday parties that can be in the school, which we are doing already, and confirmation parties and people having meetings. I have a meeting tomorrow for the neighborhood. So bring people into the school at all times. I could speak for much longer, but the best way to talk about schools is to visit them. Yes. So I'm hoping most of you come to visit me after lunch, and then you can ask all the questions that you need answers to. Thank you.